it's Nicole. Today I'm bringing you my Tome Infinity and Beyond TBR. It's not likely that you haven't heard about this. Tome Infinity and Beyond is a sci-fi readathon that lasts from September 7th to the 21st. And it was created by Megan and Allie at Brushing Bookends, and it is co-hosted by Jessica and Christina over at Game of Tomes, Sam from Sarcasm and Sci-Fi, Megan and Susan from the Restricted section, Ashley from Don't Have a Degree in Reading, Kat from Brews and Reviews, and Stephanie from Novelty Corner. I will link everyone's announcement videos in the description box below so you can learn all about the readathon. So Megan and Allie did a fantastic job at creating this readathon. They put their heart and soul into it. They created something fantastic. So the object of this readathon is that you have to get off of Earth and find a new home planet. Susan and Allie have created this map of the solar system, which I will put a picture of it here somewhere, and also I will link all of that in the description as well. First, you have to choose a ship, so you choose a ship, and then you have to plot a course. They recommend that you visit at least 3 different planets before you find your home planet, but I figured since the readathon is lasting for 2 weeks, I'm gonna try and visit all of the planets. I'm going to show you my TBR, the ship that I'm taking, and all the planets that I'm going to be visiting during this readathon. So with each ship and with each planet, there are challenges, and that is how you're going to choose your TBR. So there are 4 different ships to choose from, and I chose ship C. So the challenge for ship C is a short jump to a neighboring planet. Read a book of short stories. For that one, Charmed Destinies by Mercedes Lackey, Rachel Lee, and Catherine Asaro. So if I follow the path for ship C, it leads me directly to Venus, and Venus favors the bold. Read a book with a bold female main character. For this one, I am choosing God's Grave by Jay Kristoff. This is book 2 in the Nevernight series. If anyone of you has read Nevernight, they know the main female character in this story. Her name is Mia, and she is badass. So, of course, this book just fits right into that challenge. Now, to get off of Venus, there are 2 paths you can take. I decided to go to the sun first. So the challenge for that one is Solar Flares. Read a book featuring a solar-based event. And for that one, I'm choosing The Death Cure by James Dashner. I have read the first 2 already, and I really need to finish this series, so I decided this fit just perfectly with this challenge. So leaving the sun, I'm headed to Mercury, and the challenge for Mercury is the smallest planet. Read a book under 250 pages. For that one, I chose The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. It's fairly short. The total page count for this book is 178. So leaving Mercury, I'm gonna run into the asteroid belt. And the challenge for that one is an iconic flight obstacle. Read a space opera adventure. And for that one, I chose Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I don't have a hard copy of this book. I tried reading it a while ago, a long time ago, probably when the movie first came out, and I couldn't really get into it, but I'm gonna try it again. So getting through the asteroid belt, I'm gonna head to Mars. And the challenge for Mars is Martian Invasion. Read a book featuring aliens. And I chose The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. Leaving Mars takes me directly to Jupiter, and the challenge for Jupiter is the gas giant. Read a book featuring giants. And for that one, I chose The BFG by Roald Dahl. Leaving Jupiter, I'm headed straight for Saturn, and the challenge for Saturn is Space Put a Ring on It. Read a book with circles on the cover. And for that one, I chose Holes by Louis Sakar. And there's a circle here that's on the book. There's also the circle holes on the cover, and I have actually never read this book. I did watch the movie and I loved it, so I figure I should read the source material. Leaving Saturn, I'm headed for Uranus, and the challenge for this one is Uranus, ha ha ha. Read a book featuring some comic relief. And for that one, I chose Too Wild to Wed by Eloisa James. This is the 2nd book in the Wilds of Linlow series, and Eloisa James is a historical romance author. She writes very witty characters and has some sarcastic banter between characters, and I just thought this would be perfect because some of her stuff makes me laugh out loud. Now I'm headed straight for Neptune. Neptune's challenge is like the god or planet. Read a science fiction with fantasy themes, or vice versa. And for that one, I'm going for A Wind in the Door. I read the first one, A Wrinkle in Time, when the movie came out at the beginning of this year, and I've always wanted to continue on with the series. I never did, so I just thought this was the perfect opportunity. And finally, after my long journey, I've made it home. I've decided to make my new home planet Pluto, because contrary to popular belief, it is still a planet. And the challenge for Pluto, planet or not, read a vintage science fiction book 25 years or older. And for that one, I'm picking A Princess of Mars by Edgar Burroughs. It is the first book in the Barsoom series, and this is just like a bind up of all of them, but I don't have just the first book. I've always wanted to read this series, and this series was originally published in the very early 1900s, so fits the bill for this challenge. So that's it. That's my TBR for Tome Infinity and Beyond. If you're participating in this readathon, please comment below. Let me know what you're reading. If we have any reads in common, if you've read any of the books that I'm going to be reading, and you can just tell me if you liked them, tell me all about it, and like my video if you did. Comment below and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on all the social media platforms. The links will be in the description box below. I'll see you next time, avid readers.